Welcome to the fourth and final video of the day. My name is Uhfgood. And today, okay, it's already today. You've already seen some videos today, and in this video we are going to continue to, that's interesting, it says start again. Let's expand that out, since apparently I've gone through this part of the tutorial. You completed this tutorial. Okay, so I guess I go back to, okay, so we went through all of these, and I wonder what my zoom mode is right now so I can remember it. Okay, so now what do I do? Do I just hit back, I guess? Let's see something here. Am I learning? Okay, in progress projects. Okay, so now let's go back to the project here. And the player character part uno. Now, here's the deal, right? Alright, so I guess I'll go another day because it looks like I won't have a video right now. I mean, I could do something else, of course, but let's. I guess we'll just go ahead and start with this next part here, and we can continue that later. So let's hit continue, or let's go ahead and hit. Well, I've already hit the deal, so it should load, right? Okay, so the player character part 1 summary. In the previous tutorial, you explored the Unity editor and imported the assets for the project. Now you're ready to begin work on the player character. In this tutorial, you will create a prefab for your player character, begin to animate the character, make sure your character reacts to physics. By the end of the tutorial, you'll be ready to write your first script to control John Lemon's movement. So John Lemon must be the actual character, and it looks like in this tutorial we have save the scene, we have add a character model, what are prefabs, turn the character into a prefab, animate your character, create the animator controller, set up the animations, create animator transitions, add conditions to your transition, assign the animator controller to the John Lemon prefab, make your character react to physics, what is root motion, what is the update loop, fix John Lemon's movement, coordinates in Unity, positions and rotation, add collider to John Lemon, and summary. So, let's start with the first one. In the previous tutorial, you explored the layout of the Unity editor. You also discovered the scene is formed of game objects which have components to specify how they work in a game. Now it's time to add game objects to your own scene. When the project's created, Unity automatically creates an empty scene called Untitled. And actually, what this says is actually says sample scene, but that's okay. Go to File, Save, or Control Command S, and then select where you want to save the file. There's already a folder called Scene, so let's save the scene in that folder as Main Scene. You'll see that this creates an asset called Main Scene in the project window. Alright, now you have a scene to work in. We'll use the scene for the rest of the tutorials. Remember to press Control or Command S to regularly save your changes. Command, of course, is in the Macintosh. Right now, let's see. Let's go ahead and shrink that back down for a little bit, and then let's go ahead and let's see something here. Let's go into scenes. This is called sample scene. I guess I don't really need to save anything because I didn't do anything, because it actually created the sample scene here. Oh, maybe Unity created the sample scene, and I imported. Huh. Okay, so can we rename this? Let's rename it. Can we do that? Here, let's see if I can rename it here. Let's rename that to main scene. Have been changed on disk. you want to reload the scene. Reload it, yep. Call it main scene. And everything looks hunky-dory. And I'm going to go ahead and save, or just Control S. It might not save. See, there's nothing to save, right? All it did was rename. But that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so we'll mark that as completed. Add a character model. In the previous tutorial, you import all the assets you'll need to make this game. The first asset you will be using is a 3D model. Most things that you see in a game, 3D game, are models, including characters, the environment, and props. And in my case of my game, it's of course just not going to be a 3D model. It's going to be a series of 2D images. Although there technically will be a 3D model, but it'll either be an empty or it'll be some sort of plane that will accept images. And I'll have to figure out how to do the billboarding later. But at the start, the game object will just be like a sphere, a half sphere, or a cube or something. Okay, so they are usually created outside of Unity and then imported and given functionality to make a game. To use these models, you'll need to add them as game objects, called creating an instance of the model. Let's add John Lemon, the player character. In the project window, go to the Assets Model Characters folder and find the model called John Lemon. So, let's go to the Assets, Models, Characters, and drag the model from the project window into the scene view. Okay. Got it. There we go. So now we can actually okay. Alright, that's cool. I'm going to Control S to save. Okay. This will drag models into the hierarchy to create game objects as at the default position. Okay. With the cursor over the scene view, press F to focus. F or F. Okay. Now see the player's character in the scene. You can also find the information of the game object you just instantiated in the inspector. Currently, it has two components: a transform component, which means that it has location and the size of the scene, and an animator component, which means that it can be animated. Controller, avatar, apply root motion. Okay, got it. But there's more to this character than just those features. For example, you can see the player character in the scene view, but neither of these components account for that. In the hierarchy window, find the John Lemon game object. Okay? Got it? There's an arrow next to the name of the game object. That means the game object has children. Okay, let's actually see if I can move this down here in the hierarchy, because that's what it's showing it in the tutorial. Okay, so we expand this down, and it's got a couple of children. Hips, left leg, wow, left foot. Huh. Left fore end. Spine 2. Left shoulder, left arm, left forearm, left hand end, head. Okay. Right shoulder, right arm. Well, that's a lot of stuff, isn't it? Right forearm, right hand in. So if I click on this, what happens? If I click on this, I see brow. I see. So those are individual components, right? That you can animate, or that you can animate. Like he has a spine, a left shoulder. Interesting. Very interesting. That's okay. Click on the arrow to expand John and see its children. Let's see if I can collapse everything again, though. Can I just collapse? No. I guess I have to go backwards. like that to collapse them all. And I want to collapse them in the hierarchy. I don't want to collapse them like, because it'll just reopen them all. So I want to do it this way. So and then like that. Okay, we're almost done with this video, and which means we're almost done for today, and which that you'll get to see again the next day. Game object has two children, the game object called John Lemon and one called Root. Select the child object called John Lemon. Okay. Alright. This game object has a component called Skin Mesh Renderer. This is what enables you to see the character. Models are made up of mesh, a mesh of triangles called a mesh renderer, and a mesh renderer renders that mesh so you can see it. A skin mesh renderer is a special type of mesh renderer that allows the mesh to change shape based on the positions or rotation of all the model's bones. These bones are child game objects of the model. John Lemon's bones are all children of the root game object, and I just went through that. In the hierarchy, select the root game object. Hold Alt or Windows Option and click the arrow to left its name to expand all of its game. Oh, so I can hold Alt and blue. All right. Each of these game objects represents a part of John Lemon's body. Click play in the toolbar to enter play mode. Okay, play. Now what happens? Nothing. In the hierarchy, okay. In the hierarchy, select. Actually, let's do something here. Let's stop that for a second. Let's select the camera, and yeah, let's do this something like this. And oh, I see. Let's actually take him. Let's actually just do a move here. And let's move him behind the camera like that. No, I see. Where's the camera preview? Where's the... Oh, there we go. Okay, so actually let's do a rotate, and let's rotate him there, and then let's go to camera preview, and then let's move it. There. Now let's Control S, and it looks like I'm right at the let's see how much longer does this have? Okay, so we're gonna go a little extra long on this particular video. Play button. Okay, and select the left forearm. Left forearm, and it's transform. Find the rotation field and set the Y value to 90. So Y value, let's set that to 90. Huh, neat. That's cool. In the scene view, you should see that the John Lemon's left arm has bent 90 degrees. Essentially how you will animate John Lemon. The animator component on the character's parent game object will change the rotation of all the bone game object transform components. And these changes will happen together to animate the character. Exit play mode by pressing the play button again. Note that any changes made while in play mode are not saved when you exit. Collapse all the game objects again by holding Alt. Okay, so we can just Alt like that. Now, can I just do it? Okay, good. Before you get too far into creating the character, let's have a look at prefabs and how they can help create your game. Now, I'm going to go ahead and click Control S to save it. Preview packages in use. I don't know what that means. I'm going to mark this step as completed. And I am going to call it a day, or call it, and we're going to close this. And this is fine. I don't know how to restart when I restart it the next time. And yeah, I know we're a little bit extra. That's because of the extra time that I took that I probably shouldn't have. And that's just the way it goes here. I need to be more consistent, but I'll have to just do it eventually. So let's go ahead and actually, let's not do that. Let's just do this, that, and then we will go ahead and Control 0, and that will be all she wrote. So until the next day, I will see you guys later, and we'll continue with the tutorial. Thanks for watching.